churches, and events. You can find postponements and cancellations on KBRFradio.com as well. And the Fergus Now app. Weather-related announcements brought to you by Northwest Tire and John's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All of us at American Legion Post 30 in Fergus Falls thank all of you, our treasured customers, for a wonderful 2025. We hope your Christmas is filled with the joys of family, warmed by the blessings of friendship, and touched by the wonders of this season. We love being part of your family traditions and gift certificates for your stockings, ribs for your Christmas table, and desserts to spread holiday cheer. Happy holidays, and thank you from Fergus Falls American Legion on Pebble Lake Road.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
Good Monday morning. It is 10 after 9. Hoping everybody had a very Merry Christmas, and we're getting ready for that Happy New Year.
Absolutely. Well, we sure had a very Merry Christmas around our house. Hoping you did the same.
Oh, yeah, we had a good one.
Yeah. And so here we are in our second shortened week of this last few days of 2025 and December. I don't know about you, but I know some people who are ready to say goodbye to 2025. I think 2025 was like okay for us, and so
yeah, it was pretty decent.
It's always okay to welcome a new year, and thankfully we don't write as many checks or any as we used to, and so you don't have to worry about writing 26 on your checks.
Exactly.
Yeah. So other than that, I don't know, it's kind of a fresh start sort of a feeling, and
yeah, fresh start. A good Christmas. We had one down with the flu, but
oh dear,
that was
well.
I
tell you what, we were just Sharon and I out here were just talking about how we had kind of a rash of that kind of stuff going around here, and we were lucky to stay on the well side of things, but I know so many people who ended up with influenza A over the holidays.
Oh, yeah. I mean, half our sales staff was gone.
I know. And that makes you feel pretty tough.
Yeah.
So thankfully, Sharon is bouncing back, and hopefully the others are as well. And good to have people back in the building today. It was pretty sparse last week, wasn't it?
It was very sparse. It was basically air staff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we all are in our kind of isolated in our own studios,
right.
So we don't really interact with the sales department.
Yep, we don't sit around the table in meetings and that sort of thing, so maybe that's what saved us. And even you and I are in separate cages.
Isolation.
Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway, it turned out to be just a great Christmas. I thought of you and Jen a number of times because I got some really cool practical gifts this year. Yeah, and we do a lot of, I don't want to say entertaining, more than entertaining. It's just, hey, do you guys want to come to our house quick before the basketball games or in between the games or whatever? So it's that short order kitchen kind of thing. Or when we do have a big group, we always do it, we serve kind of a buffet style. And I got the coolest gift, and I don't know what they call it. I think it's called a warming mat. And if you Google that, you'll be able to find it. But it is just that. It is a mat, and it's probably about twice as big as a sink mat. So if you took 2 sink mats and put them next to each other, that's about the size. And it's raised a little bit up so that when you roll it out on your countertop, the heat, it actually plugs in.
Okay.
And then the heat from the warming mat is only on the top, and then it doesn't get hot on your countertop. So anyway, you roll it out, and you can determine how hot you want it to be. And then, so for example, on Christmas Day, we did a fish fry. So we put everything in foil pans. We rolled that mat out, plugged it in, and just laid the pans on top of there while all the fish was getting cooked. And everything stayed piping hot. It's the greatest. And for all the buffet style stuff we do, that is something I'm going to roll out a lot. And then it rolls into, I don't know, how big is this?
About 8 inches?
Yeah, about the size of, you know what it looks like? a little bit longer, but like an oatmeal container, those round oatmeal containers. It's about that big around, just a little bit longer. And it just goes into a nice little storage bag and up in the closet. And
There you go.
So anyway, that was a cool gift, and I think they're pretty affordable too. So if you're still, maybe you have one of those Christmases that doesn't happen till New Year's or into January, another good gift idea. I'm going to order a couple of those just to have them on hand because I think they're great gift ideas for people who do a fair amount of entertaining or have bigger families. Anyway, and I think of things like Thanksgiving and those holiday, Easter even, where you have a lot of foods out, and to have it stay hot is so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a cool thing. Anyway, I thought of you guys because you and Jen especially really like those practical gifts. And anyway, and I also got a Vitamix, which is something that I've wanted for a very long time.
A Vitamix?
Yeah, and it's like a professional grade blender is what it actually is.
Oh, okay.
But it's the coolest thing. You can actually make piping hot soup in it in 7 minutes. So you dump in all your whole ingredients. I dumped in like an onion, a whole green onion, the whole thing. I didn't break it up. I didn't clean it, nothing. You just shove the whole thing in there. And garlic, everything goes in at once. You put the top on and you turn it to the soup dial and you hit start and it automatically shuts off when the soup is steaming hot.
Okay.
I know. It doesn't even seem real or possible, but it's a great way to use just real whole foods. And anyway, made some killer tomato soup over the weekend, gotta say.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm having so much fun with my new gadgets. And I feel like that's all I want to do is go. I've gone to the grocery store, I can't tell you how many times, and because I keep, paging through the recipe books and think, oh, that would be good. Oh, that would be good. So anyway, but it was kind of a cool recipe. It included some weird things like red wine vinegar, coconut milk.
Really?
And cashews.
And cashews.
And cashews for a little sweeten. And then I used some of my own canned tomatoes.
Yep.
And then I dumped in a whole thing of those little sweet grape tomatoes.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was really fun, but kind of a weird combination of things. But boy, did it ever provide great flavor. So that was kind of fun. So anyway, I got something for you, but hold tight here. This was at the top of Fox News this morning, so I thought we would lead with this.
Okay.
Okay, so if you think it hasn't gotten ridiculous with all of the fraud, specifically with the Somali population, and now I'm not saying that they're all bad, I'm just saying that is where the fraud has been centralized. Okay, so it is, every news story you see has Governor Walz's name along with fraud, and now Peggy Flanagan is at it. You might remember when Keith Ellison, when he gave his acceptance speech, he did it in Somali. Now these are executives for the state of Minnesota. Okay, so listen to this.
Rampant fraud is going on in Minnesota. Their Lieutenant Governor, Peggy Flanagan, she's busy making a giant fool of herself, wearing a hijab to stand in solidarity with the Somalis.
Assalamu alaikum. My name's Peggy Flanagan. I am the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, and I'm really honored and humbled to be here with all of you today.
That's enough. You probably can't stomach the rest, but and she goes on and on about, oh, we love the Somali community, and oh, you're such a fabric of our community, and she's wearing a hijab over her head and speaking in Somali. Her greeting was Somali. I don't know if you caught that. But between her and Keith Ellison, they've had to do some, learn some Somali here lately.
Well, they're pandering to the voters.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable. But I don't know about you, but when Fox News is not going to let this go, they're going after, Tim Walz says, pushes back on Minnesota fraud allegations. There was a viral daycare video that is everywhere that shows the immense fraud, all this money that was supposed to go feed these children that never even got there. Anyway, he's pushing against those fraud allegations after that video showed visits to multiple child care centers in the state, including one that allegedly received millions of dollars in state funding despite appearing largely inactive. Responding to questions about the allegations and the video posted by an independent journalist, Nick Shirley, who also appeared on Fox News just recently. He would have been the next little video or voice cut there that I didn't play. A spokesperson for the governor told Fox News that Walz has spent years working to crack down on fraud, when in reality he's turned his head and closed his eyes and plugged his ears and said, just don't tell me about it, just go ahead. Anyway, he's taken steps to strengthen oversight of state programs, including initiating investigations into several facilities. Really? Okay, so the governor has worked for years to crack down on fraud and ask state legislature for more authority to take aggressive action. Wow, that is not what the people that are working for certain government agencies are saying. The spokesperson added that Walz has hired an outside firm to audit payments to high-risk programs, shut down the Housing Stabilization Services program entirely, announced a new statewide program integrity director. Wow, how does a guy like that pick somebody with integrity?
Well, hopefully.
The guy with the least integrity in this entire state. Anyway, in the video, Shirley, the guy who came up with this video, and another man are seen at what appears to be a largely inactive child care facility, not even in operation. The building also displays a misspelled sign reading Quality Learning Center, even though the center is reportedly supposed to account for 99 children and received roughly $4 million in state funds. And the doors are not even open. During a Sunday appearance on Fox News, the big weekend show, Shirley said the alleged fraud in Minnesota was so obvious that a kindergarten kid could figure out that there is fraud going on. So clearly, he's been turning a blind eye.
One of my favorite things on one of the applications, I think I mentioned this a couple times, the phone number was 01234567889.
Oh, just ridiculous. Shirley also suggested that other journalists may be reluctant to pursue similar reporting out of fear of being labeled Islamophobic or racist. Of course, if you buck anything, those are the two terms that you get right away. Fraud is fraud, and we work too hard simply just to be paying taxes and enabling fraud to be happening, he said. The video has sparked widespread backlash, drawing criticism of Walz throughout the weekend from several high-profile figures, including Vice President J.D. Vance, Representative Mike Lawler, a Republican from New York, Donald Trump Jr., and Elon Musk. And the White House on Sunday reposted an ex-post from Education Secretary Linda McMahon, who called the alleged fraud a breathtaking failure that has happened under the watch of Governor Walz. So, I don't know. We always say nothing's going to happen. This guy is Teflon. Everything bounces off him. But there's a lot of heat.
There's a lot of heat,
fry pan
but
right now.
He's for some reason he just gets away with everything.
Yeah, I don't get it. And what I really don't understand is you have to believe this fraud that has been uncovered. I mean, it's there. It's in black and white. So how you can support the man that turned his eyes and told people to keep quiet, it's okay, nothing to see here. How you can continue to support a leader like that is unbelievable to me, regardless of what party you affiliate.
I wonder how much of that came back as campaign contribution.
Oh, boy. Well, you can guess there was a bunch.
Yeah.
And when they say follow the money, that's exactly what they're doing, and it all points to him and his henchmen. So it's really frustrating. Frustrating for people like you and me who come to work every day, make our money, and then we see our taxes being spent like that.
Well, I've had to pay in the last 2 years to Minnesota.
Yep, me too. And everyone should be so angry, regardless of Republican or Democrat, you have to be angry at this because it's costing you a fortune. And you know what? I am tired of going to work and paying for other people who are doing absolutely nothing and who aren't even citizens of this country. It's frightening. And there's a lot of stuff that's going on under his watchful eye, if you will. But so many calls for him to resign. Will that ever happen? I doubt it.
Highly doubt it.
But you know what? I just keep saying my prayers for that all of this fraud and all of this evil will be exposed and those people will be punished because that is the only way it's ever going to stop. Okay, off that soapbox. Okay. Anyway, over the weekend, it looks like there might be some kind of a deal that coming closer to a deal between Volodymyr Zelensky from the Ukraine and, of course, Vladimir Putin. Now, Putin, they always say he can agree to stuff and then nobody trusts him because
he's Putin.
Usually, well, right, exactly. And he usually backs away from whatever promises he's made. But evidently, it is coming closer. I believe the president today, still in Florida, is meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu today. So those are the two major conflicts that are going on. And I honestly have not seen or heard a lot about what's going on in Israel and Gaza for a while. So is that ceasefire kind of still working? Or
There's this sporadic stuff going on, but for the most part, it's kind of sitting in there.
Yeah. Boy, you would think that everybody on both sides of both of those conflicts would just be so tired of fighting. And really, it doesn't really seem like anyone ever gains really any ground.
No.
I think, I don't know too much about this, but, you know, what it comes down to is the Ukraine giving up some
Donbass
land.
region.
Yeah. And you know, that's sad to give up part of what you think is yours and give it to someone like Vladimir Putin. That's tough. But if it turns off the war and it saves people, I don't know. Is that worth it? I don't know. But that's what it seems to come down to is the land that they would have to give up. So we'll see if that happens. When we come back, let's see. There was a holiday gift that is testing millennial parents' patience. And let's see what else we have for you. Ryan Seacrest going to return with a star-studded co-host lineup for the 2026 New Year's Eve show, if you ever watch any of that stuff. So we'll tell you what that is all about coming up when we come back on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Winter weather can change quickly and can be hazardous. Listen to News Talk 1250 KBRF for the latest weather-related postponements and cancellations. Brought to you by John's Heating and Air Conditioning and Northwest Tire. Schools, businesses, churches, and events. You can find postponements and cancellations on KBRFradio.com as well. And the Fergus Now app. Weather-related announcements. Brought to you by Northwest Tire and John's Heating and Air Conditioning.
KBRF presents Where to Eat, the culinary adventure, sponsored by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food in Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Zach Daniels.
And I'm Dave Bishop, your guide to the region's culinary treasures.
Join us as we explore various restaurants, uncover delicious meals, and highlight each restaurant's signature dish.
Experience diverse cuisine types, unique atmospheres, and must-try dishes. Check it out on KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app.
New episodes air every first Friday of the month. Where to Eat, powered by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food of Fergus Falls.
What's the ox say?
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, as we've rounded the corner of Christmas, headed for New Year's, we're live in studio with the news of the day, of course, but also the year that was. In politics, in events, in moods, and such. We'll remember together what happened in 2025, the good, the bad, and those who are no longer with us. But it all starts with Heard It on Hot Talk, of course. Spot the fake news. See you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 on KBRF.
What's the ox say?
Synthetic nitrogen prices continue to fluctuate unpredictably. So Pivot Bio launched Proven G3, a weatherproof source of nitrogen with 3 modes of action. It's the lowest cost source of nitrogen on the market, helping growers replace nearly 30 pounds of nitrogen and delivering a nearly 2 bushel per acre yield increase in over 100 nationwide trials. That's performance your corn can always count on. See real results at pivotbio.com/provenit.
Find out why the markets are moving. Get in-depth ag information with the Red River Farm Network on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Dickerman with a market update on the Red River Farm Network. Grain markets trading lower right now. Global Commodity Analytics and Consulting President Mike Zuzolo says geopolitics moving the needle.
Bit of a risk-off trading day, and one that you would think may not last very long if the fundamentals of the weather in terms of Argentina still looking very dry for the Argentine corn and bean belt, and also the issue of the Ukraine-Russia peace talks maybe starting to back down a little bit here and working a little bit more towards a non-peace agreement as the day develops here, with some new, fresh news coming out, Jamie, about some of the fresh attacks that are out there. And, you know, you've got the crude oil market up almost 3%, and you've got the issues with the geopolitics creating a weaker dollar as well. So with this break in the markets, it looks as though more of a risk-off sentiment, end-of-the-year type price break. We'll see how long it lasts, I guess, is my major point.
Livestock markets are higher.
It seems to me that the grains are looking at the 9-10% break in the silver market, and as I talked about the outside markets, 5-8% down in the precious metals end of the year. I think maybe that's probably what's going on. But in the livestock, it seems more like weather, and I think this polar vortex that dipped down on us has kept the market underpinned after Friday's profit-taking we saw, and we've hit some support levels here. We'll see these support levels last or not.
That's Global Commodity Analytics and Consulting President Mike Zuzolo. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 195 points now, 48,515. This is the Red River Farm Network. This is the Soil Fertility Minute, presented by the Agriculture, Fertilizer Research and Education Council. We're speaking with Minnesota Extension educator Terry Young about hybrid winter rye nitrogen management.
We found that spring nitrogen applications are far more important than the fall pre-plant nitrogen applications. In fact, the spring nitrogen can make up for a no-fall application, but vice versa isn't true. So applying a small amount, that's usually less than 30 pounds of nitrogen per acre that we found, basically at planting, and supplying the rest in early spring produced the best yields. We also found that the late fall and early spring applications produced similar yields, and we also tested different nitrogen efficiency products, and they performed no better than the regular urea at the same rate in late fall.
AFREC is a farmer-led program advancing soil fertility research. Find out more at mnsoilfertility.com.
The Red River Farm Network is your go-to source for farm news, markets, and weather. Trust Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, Jamie Dickerman, and Drew Lerner, delivering the information that impacts your bottom line. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
30 years of reporting agriculture's business. Red River Farm Network.
With that morning cup of coffee and the Red River Farm Network on the radio, you're ready to take on the day. Farming and ranching is a bottom line business, and we treat it that way at the Red River Farm Network. Our team of dedicated ag journalists include Don Wick, Tyler Donaldson, and Jamie Dickerman, plus ag meteorologist Drew Lerner. Farm news, markets, and weather from the #1 rated farm radio team in the region. We're the Red River Farm Network, and we're reporting agriculture's business.
Minneapolis wheat, May, we are unchanged, 589.5. May, Chicago down 3 1/4, 527.5. Kansas City March is down 3 1/2, 530. March corn down 5 1/2 at 444.5. January soybeans down 6 1/2, 1052 1/4. In livestock, February live cattle down 25 cents, 229.40. January feeders are up 25 at 346.42. And February lean hogs were up 37 cents now at 84.92. And again, Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 206 points, 48,504. This is the Red River Farm Network.
I'm Jessica at the Fergus Falls Monument Company. I'm the first person you see when you come through the door, and I also talk to customers every day on the phone. Many of them find choosing a memorial ahead of time is convenient and works best when there is time to plan and think about it. Planning ahead not only gets you the everlasting memorial of your choice, it also helps your family through the grieving process. At Fergus Falls Monument, we can help you plan ahead and choose a memorial made right here locally. Call or stop in or visit us online at foreverstonememorials.com.
Previously on the Under the Hood Show. When I was a kid, I had a chance to get a chemistry set.
I got
Only
the
I'd have
chemistry
known.
set, and I started experimenting with the baking soda and the vinegar thing, and how cool that was. And, of course, I had to overdo it like I do everything. And I got it on a little bigger level, and I got in a lot of trouble, and we had to buy new carpet for the living room. It was not good.
You should listen to the Nordstrom's Under the Hood Show with the Motor Medics right here, KBRF, 1250 a.m., every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Weather can shift quickly and sometimes become dangerous. Listen for the latest weather forecast and the latest reports from the Weather Spotter Network. Brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company and Lakes Country Roofing. Tune in for up-to-the-minute weather conditions or access the Weather Spotter page on KBRFradio.com. For all power outage information, visit OTPCO.com. If you have a problem with your roof, call Lakes Country Roofing. The Weather Spotter Network, brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company and Lakes Country Roofing.
Hi, this is Gail Hedstrom from the Fergus Falls Public Library. Inspire creativity during the holiday break. Check out cake pans, games, puzzles, and artwork. The Fergus Falls Public Library provides free access to digital books and downloadable audiobooks. Visit the library's webpage for more information. We're building community and inspiring minds at the Fergus Falls Public Library.
Newstalk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. It's 9:37 and it's a Monday. And that means it's one of my favorite things. It's two Marys and a Dave.
And we say good morning and Happy New Year to Mary out at the American Legion. Good morning.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you guys as well. And it sure doesn't feel like a Monday. I'm not sure what it feels like, but
I
it's not
would agree
Monday.
with you. I woke up this morning and I had to just sit there for a moment and just say, what day of the week is this anyway? And then I remembered I was in church yesterday, so it is definitely a Monday.
It is Monday.
Yeah, you do get messed up with these middle of the week celebrations. But speaking of that, New Year's Eve is upon us, and you're going to be open out at the American Legion.
We are going to be open on New Year's Eve. We're going to do a couple of different specials. Our Wednesday special for Wednesday will be a rib sandwich and cheesy potatoes.
Oh, the very favorite.
Yep, it is a favorite. But we're also going to do a rib and shrimp combo dinner with a choice of salad, either coleslaw, creamy cucumbers, or a garden salad, and a dessert for a kind of a feature or a special. So dine in or carry out, you can get it either way.
Okay.
So lots of options there.
All right. Well, it's always kind of fun and sort of special on New Year's Eve to actually go out and enjoy the restaurant experience. And
Very
you guys,
much so.
Yeah, and you guys do it so well, and you've got all that great homemade food and open from 3 until 8. And so just a really fun way to celebrate the new year.
That's right. And if you don't want to come in and dine in, you can always get it to go. So
Absolutely.
Either way, we'd love to serve you.
Okay. Well, anything else coming up that we should know about? Just, I guess you'll be closed on New Year's Day.
We are closed on New Year's Day, which is Thursday, but we'll be back at it again on Friday. So Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday this week are the days we'll be open, and looking forward to getting back to normal then after the first of the year.
All right. Well, I know that some people probably have maybe some guests for dinner, some small get-togethers or parties, having family over. Are you still able to help them out with some food for New Year's Eve?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
There's a lot of people celebrating over New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So, yep, we're helping a lot of people with a lot of food. So we can do more. If you need something, let us know.
Boy, any idea how many ribs went out the door for Christmas?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was kind of 2 weekends, and then the middle. Yeah, it was very busy, very fun. It was so
Okay.
fun to see so many people, and it was a great time.
Well, and I know that you're really grateful for the way that not only Fergus Falls, but the surrounding area comes to support American Legion.
It is really amazing. It's really humbling that the ribs have gotten to be that popular that people want to have them for a Christmas holiday. It's really cool. So we appreciate each and every one of you, and thanks for your support all year long.
That's right.
It's been a great year.
And getting ready to start a new year, and everything going to be the same. That same great homemade food, Wednesday specials, dessert features, and we do have some dessert features too that we should talk about quickly.
We do for the rest of December, which is all of 2 days. We have pecan pie, a gingerbread layer cake, peppermint cream cheese brownie, and a peppermint cheesecake ice cream dessert.
Wow.
They've all been selling well. All are very good, but we'll make sure we have plenty for New Year's Eve, and then we'll start something new for the new year in January. I don't know what those specials are yet, but we'll come up with some features for January.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, Mary, we want to wish you and your whole staff a happy new year, and thanks for all the great food and all the ways that you accommodate all of us, even us last-minute kind of people. You guys are so gracious at helping out.
Well, I love to help people. That's when I'm happiest anyway, so feel free to call. If we can do anything for you, we sure will.
Okay, and the number to call?
739-4633.
All right, Mary. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank
all right.
you.
Yep, bye-bye. Mary from the American Legion, our guest and sponsor on the show.
And, of course, if you want to see more American Legion, head over to KBRFradio.com for Where to Eat. Our latest episode.
I just caught a piece of it. I haven't had a chance to sit down and see the whole thing.
Oh, you should watch it. Mary does a great job. The food is excellent. Derek tried the ribs for the first time. I was surprised he'd never had the ribs before.
I know. Isn't that something?
So he was very happy about that.
Yeah,
and then,
that's great.
I tried the Chicken Supreme, and then Zach went with his standby, the walleye dinner. That's my parents' favorite.
Yeah, that's
They get the walleye dinner all the time. Every once in a while they'll get the ribs, but they prefer the walleye dinner. And it was a lot of desserts, a lot of great appetizers as well. So it's a great episode. Check it out.
All right. And not only are we leading up to a new year, but we are also leading up to birthday month for your mom.
Yes, the mighty birthday month. So we are.
Yeah, get ready to celebrate.
We are definitely ready to celebrate. They went to the casino over the weekend, and kind of a little start of the birthday month. My sister's in town, and then as soon as it gets in the new year, she might not make it back during the month. So.
Right.
Because every weekend they have a hockey tournament, and she works up at the Sanford Center, and so
she's busy.
She is busy, and I did get Jen for Christmas. We were talking about practical gifts, and one of the things she really likes is puzzles, and so I've been getting her family puzzles. I got her 2 of them this year. One of them.
What you do is you take a photo, a favorite family photo, and have a puzzle made.
Yeah, and so the photos that were chosen this year is her favorite photo of the 2 of us. It was the day after we got engaged, and we were going from a U.S. Bank Stadium back to the hotel on the light rail, and had a nice little cute little photo there.
Oh, good.
And then the other one was a photo of Jen putting a puzzle together with Jack. So Jack was sitting on the end.
Jack is the dog, if you don't remember.
Jack was our dog.
Yeah.
He passed away last year. And then it's a photo of her putting together a puzzle with Jack kind of watching over it. So it's Jen putting it together a puzzle of Jen putting together a puzzle.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, well, good. Lots of good practical gifts. I know that is really fun. Some of our kids got some practical things like ice tongs for ice fishing, heated seats to sit on when they're fishing, that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah,
so pretty practical, because our kids, if they could just, quit school and hunt and fish, and snowmobile, that's what they would do.
That's pretty much what they do. Isaac got heated goggles for snowmobiling.
Okay.
So he's got heated goggles.
Very cool.
And then I forgot what all Luke got. Luke got a bunch of stuff like that
all
too.
That outdoorsy stuff.
Yep.
Well, I'm just thrilled that they love all that outdoor stuff rather than sitting on an Xbox someplace. It's way better to get outside and have some fun. All right. Told you I would tell you about Ryan Seacrest. He's returning. He's been the co-host for a lineup for the New Year's Eve show now for quite a while. ABC and Dick Clark Productions revealed the co-host lineup for Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest 2026. Seacrest will team up again with Rita Ora in Times Square for New York festivities. Chicago native Chance the Rapper will co-host from the Windy City. Las Vegas coverage features retired NFL star Rob Gronkowski alongside Julianne Howe, who makes her New Year's Rockin' Eve co-hosting debut. The show will highlight celebrations across Las Vegas, Chicago, Puerto Rico, and other locations. The special airs live on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, the 31st, at 8 o'clock Eastern, so 7 o'clock our time. That one's on ABC, and it streams the next day on Hulu. Now, I don't ever watch. I don't love watching that stuff.
I mean, who watches it the next day on Hulu?
I have no idea. I don't know. The people like me who can't stay up till midnight, maybe?
Well, I mean, it's.
I don't know.
It's one of those things. It's not really all that entertaining to start off with,
No, I would agree.
And then we kind of get a little dumped on because we're in the central time zone. So it's like the big thing at 11 o'clock. Oh,
yeah, I
that's
know.
Happy New Year. And also it's like, yeah, we got another hour.
I would be hip if they did it like about 8 or 8:30, and I could be in bed by 9.
Well, the Center for the Arts, they've got the
yes, I love that
countdown
idea.
at 10.
I love that idea. So you can go and you can enjoy this fun evening at a Center for the Arts, and then they do their
countdown at 10.
Their countdown at 10 p.m. I love that.
So if you've got young kids, you got babysitters, you can go
or you just
do your
can't stay
your
up
thing.
past 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a great idea.
Is built for me. That's a great idea. When I think about, I see streaming things. I think about the Vikings game, and I don't know if you even watched the Vikings game on Christmas Day, but it was on Netflix.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, I could go to McDonald's and pick out 2 people and have them be the hosts of that show, and they would do far better than either of the hosts. She was better than he was, the man bun guy, but oh my goodness. That is not football. I'm sorry.
I guess I missed that part.
It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it was on Netflix, and it was also on, I think CCO had it on.
I don't know.
You could find it on regular TV as well.
The coverage with these Netflix folks, very clear. They have never done football before.
And then
it was a laughing stock, I thought. It was terrible.
And then the Packers game, that was on Peacock only. I mean, at least the Vikings, they were at least on regular TV as well as Netflix, but Packer game, I had to actually go get a subscription to Peacock for a month.
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Although the Olympics are coming up, and I like watching a lot of the weird events. That's the Olympics for me. It's not,
Yeah, you like the really weird stuff, like
canoeing and rowing and kayaking and fencing.
What was the dancing one?
Oh, that was break.
Break dancing.
Yes. No, they didn't call it break dancing. They just called it break.
Oh, just break. Got it.
And don't forget to do the dinosaur.
Oh,
or the
my goodness.
kangaroo or whatever that was.
Oh, gosh. Well, anyway, I just thought, wow, if this is football.
Yeah.
I felt like I knew more about football than either of the hosts, and I don't know a bunch, but I do know how the game is played, and I know a really terrible host when I see one. And the guy, oh my goodness, skip the man bun. This is the NFL, pal, so take your skinny jeans and your man bun and go somewhere else. I mean, it was so not football. It was so weird. But anyway, a win for the Vikings that probably shouldn't have been a win. I don't know, but and it's just so hard to be a Vikings fan anymore, or maybe for a really long time. But we keep watching it, we keep hoping, and I guess that's what it is to be, a sports enthusiast in the state of Minnesota. It's difficult sometimes. Okay, let's see.
Well, I was going to say, okay, there's sideline reporters are the ones you must have been talking about.
Maybe.
Because I was gonna say, because I remember Drew Brees being involved, and
yeah, no, it was not the commentators. I need to clarify. It was like the people that were down on the field, like at halftime and after the game, and oof, terrible. The only thing I saw was after the game when they were eating those big rib pieces of meat on a, it actually, it's a big ribeye, but actually on the bone. And I don't know, the whole thing was so ridiculous.
Tomahawk?
Yes, that's what it is. And these guys, and it was, must not have been rehearsed very well, because these guys were standing around going, well, what are we supposed to do? Am I supposed to grab that and take a bite? What do we do with that? It was not well done, for sure.
Yeah, the guy with the man bun is Seth Rollins, who's a WWF wrestler.
He's a wrestler?
Yeah, he's a professional wrestler.
He looks like
apparently.
he weighs about $160.
I don't know what to tell you. I just
Wow.
looked him up, and then the other one I had to laugh because I forgot that he was involved in it. Manti Te'o. So we're brought out Manti Te'o, and I was wondering if his girlfriend was there.
Oh yeah.
Remember that great saga?
Yeah. Yes.
Where he thought he had a girlfriend, but he really didn't.
But he really didn't. Yep. Yeah. He got catfished. Is that what they called it?
Yeah, catfished.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was, the post-game stuff was just wow.
Yeah.
I mean, during the game, that was okay. I mean, the people that called the game, that was all right. But, oh, my goodness, after the game, I thought,
At halftime.
who are these people?
Yeah.
But wasn't it Snoop Dogg at halftime?
Yeah, Snoop Dogg at halftime.
Okay, and I did not see the halftime show.
He did okay.
Yeah, and you know what? Snoop Dogg is kind of a guy that I didn't ever care for, and I hate rap. But
He's kind of come out as a personality lately.
He has come out as a personality. And remember what a big deal he was at the last Olympics?
Oh, yeah. He's going to be at the next Olympics.
Yeah, and he was like all-American kind of guy,
Yeah.
and I appreciated that. So I didn't see it. I'll have to go back and watch.
He did a good job. He kind of did his hits, and then they brought in other people for the Christmas songs. But it was a great performance. Everybody's like going, that should have been the halftime show.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I thought that was interesting, but it just seems so weird to watch, have to type in a password in order to watch an NFL game. All right. 3 in 10 people said, we're not even getting together with family this year for holidays, whether it's Christmas or New Year's. We're doing Friends celebration. So Friendsmas and Friends New Year's Eve or something. I forget what they call the New Year's one.
I've heard of Friendsgiving, but Friendsmas, okay.
Yeah, Friendsmas, which is now you just get together with your friends at Christmas. And I know sometimes family is far away, and or you do a family celebration and then you do one with your friends, which is always fun.
Well, I mean, I look at it this way. My mom's entire side of the family is out in Oregon and Washington, and my dad's is down south. Got Oklahoma, Dallas, and then Des Moines. So it's always been just kind of us, and then it's just our little nebulous group, and then obviously when Jen got brought in, we've got her family
Added
too.
A few more,
yeah.
Right. Back to football for a moment. I don't know if you watched any football last night, but the Bears, of course, and the 49ers went head-to-head. Two pretty darn good teams, right?
Yeah, they were battling for the top seed in the NFC.
Now, they're both going to be part of the playoffs. They both have already made the playoffs.
Yep.
So yesterday's win or loss, depending on who you were cheering for, didn't really make a significant difference in that regard. I mean, they're both going to be in the playoffs. But Chicago Bears defensive back C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he's complaining about a penalty that was called on him in the second quarter against the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday night. The Bears and 49ers were in the midst of an intense matchup. Niners quarterback Brock Purdy took a snap from the Bears' 7-yard line and threw the ball to Ricky Pearsall. Gardner-Johnson intercepted the pass in what would have been a crucial turnover. And however, Gardner-Johnson appeared to put his hands in the other guy's face at the snap. The penalty negated the turnover, and Purdy would score on that 3-yard run. So anyway, the 49ers took a 28-21 lead into halftime, and San Francisco went on to win that game 42-38. So there were some games over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So
and the interesting thing about that game is Brock Purdy, he was Mr. Irrelevant.
Okay.
He was the absolute last player picked in the draft that year. Normally, these guys don't even see the field. They get
There's a distinction for you, huh?
They're taken to Disneyland or Disney World. They get treated up and everything, but pretty much these guys don't make the team.
Okay.
And so you have him, who was the last player picked, against Caleb Williams during his draft year, the first player picked.
Right.
So it's kind of a weird dichotomy, but yeah, they're like, this is like one of the few Mr. Irrelevance that is actually playing and starting and leading his team to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. All right, and before we wrap it up, it's nice to know what the Pantone color of the year
Oh,
is.
I've seen people freak out about this.
Yeah, it's the color of the year. This is now for 2026. So now we are looking forward. So if you're thinking, gee, I think it's time to paint a room, it is Cloud Dancer White. That is the color of the year for 2026.
And people are losing their minds because it says white.
Yeah, the Global Color Authority described the serene white neutral as a lofty white neutral whose aerated presence acts as a whisper of calm and peace in a noisy world. All that in a can of paint.
Yes.
How about that? According to Pantone, of course, these are the color folks, Cloud Dancer symbolizes a calming influence in a society rediscovering the value of quiet reflection. Oh boy. And drifts between light and ethereal. A living calm that invites renewal, vision in serenity, and creative release. Who thinks of all this stuff? It is
Ethereal.
white, folks.
It's off-white. It's not even like white. It's like a little off-white, almost beige.
Oh boy. The company's global team of color experts analyzes influences including film, fashion, technology, and social media to make their annual selection. Pantone has chosen a defining color each year since 1999. So
How much you want to bet they put all the colors in a color wheel and then just spin it and
yeah.
whatever it lands on.
That's
this
it.
is it.
It's ethereal.
Let's use ethereal for everything.
Ugh.
You can say ChatGPT came up with that.
It's off-white.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, there you go. Cloud Dancer. If you're
Cloud Dancer.
thinking of painting anything white.
I was thinking about painting the walls in here, and we're gonna go with Cloud Dancer.
Yeah,
because it's ethereal.
It's ethereal, and it's calming in a busy world. So somehow we've sort of almost brought politics into choosing a color for 2026. Oh boy. Okay, enough of that. Well, anyway, we will be back again tomorrow, and we'll be talking about all this important stuff that you can't keep your, eyes away from. Some good stuff as we near the end of 2025. Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it on a Monday. Thanks for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Falls Monument Company. Have a great day.